Right, thought I'd do a massive big lake. So I'll whack some sky in, whack some water in there. Job's a good one. Right, come in with some creamy colour, about like that, and then I'm going to soften that all in with a damp brush. Like that. Something like that. Soften it all in. Nice damp brush. So perhaps try and have a bit of light source from that middle, perhaps. Something like that. That's not looking bad, is it? Then straight down into that water. In fact, let's use some of that in this water like that. Lovely jubbly. Soften it in a bit. Nice. That's sip of tea. Wash my brush out. Alright. Got a red, nice grey blue colour now, so I think I'll come in there with that. That. In there. In here. I got some proper, just cerulean blue coming through here. A bit of pure cerulean blue coming in there. Something like that. That's it. That's nice. Let's get a tad more in there. A bit more in. Let's say a bit in there just for a bit of interest, a little bit up there. And let's have a tidy bit just up there and all. Make it a bit more interesting. What's that looking like? I think by the time that dries, that'll look pretty good. Let's soften down into here with some on it. That's it. And then get some in there and all like that. Quite a nice sea-ish colour in it. What's that looking like? Now I get this damp brush again and just soften some bits in, I think. That's not looking bad at that. There. Give that tiny bit of dry. I don't want to go too dry because I want the mountains to show through. Right, I'm liking this bluish grey colour, so I think I'll boil a bit more of that. Tops of these mountains. So this mountain comes in about there, comes in there, right, straight into some water, starts softening straight away, and then I get to about there. Some more water in. Come down about here with a bit more. Then I've just gone pure water now, and I just want to soften that in so it looks like that cloud there is just cutting into it. That looks pretty good, I think. I think I've done it. And that can come down there, look. Quite a soft paint. Quite a thin paint. Down to about there. Ain't got to be exact. If you're doing one of these, you haven't got to do it to exactly there. You can down to anywhere. Right now, there's a tiny bit of yellow what bleeds into this. It bleeds in from up there. Just a tiny bit of yellow. That's just warming it up that little bit and all. It disappears as it goes down there. I could. In fact, I'm going to do. Dip my brush just in some water and just let some of that seep down. I don't think it's not going to affect my sea. So, well, it can become part of my sea. There. Nice. And then any bits that drip in, like a slight reflection, look good. So that's that. Right, to the side. I might bring the other side just in front of that one, or shall I just have it touching? Let's have it. Dry it a bit and I'll have it coming just in front. Right, so now in the background I want a really blue, grey blue again. So I'm going to that same colour, and I think, you know what, I think I'm just going to get it touching there like that, just touching in, just like that. I think I might just warm this one up a tiny bit so it looks like this one's slightly bit closer. So to warm it up a tiny bit, just using a slightly thicker paint. It's a slightly less grey colour. Put a tiny bit, tiny bit of red to it to warm it slightly. I think it's worked. Right, then this comes up here. Right, let's have a look. In fact, now let's add, as that's going up there, let's add a tiny bit of green into it. Tiny bit of green into that same colour. There. That'll definitely warm me up a bit. More green. There, can you see that going green now? Then it sort of comes down and then back up again. Something like that. There's not a bit of that green colour in. That should warm it up a bit. And on to my horizon line there. There. Nice. Same again. I'll drag this into my water so it reflects down, and I can use them colours for my water as well anyway. Drag down. That correct nice equal reflection. There. Quite choppy watters. There's not much reflections in here because these watters are quite choppy. So I sort of try to let it do that. Let's give this brush a complete wash and then a dry. A complete wash and a dry just to smooth out some of that there. That's nice. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Give me a few wavy looks, there is. That's sound. Let's melt some of that out with just some water so we don't end up with unnatural looking thing at some point. Some of these white bits can be left more of a pure white as I get closer. Right, let's have a look what we got. I might add a bit more green to that water. Yeah, let's do that as it. That water's coming closer. Let's add a bit more green into it. See, it's not green, but I've added some more green to it. And it's warmed it up a bit. I'm adding even more now. Plenty of water on my brush. Not have to bother too much this side because I'm going to stick some rocks in there. So leave some of that. There, nice. Let's whack in a bit of blue into that green and all. Give me a slight bluey green. Oh, that's nice. Reflect some of that blue up in that sky, look. I've got a few colours mixing there, and the mixing on my paper rather than mixing on my palette there. There's a bit of a drip through there. Some of that just wants a bit of that popping in, just so you can see a few bits of lines and stuff, just so you can see what's what. Right, I think I need to dry. Right, I think what I'm going to do now is just thicken up. Let's get some paint. There, that's a nice colour. I think I'm just, let me get my reading glasses. Where are they? There, they'll go. Just get this bottom bit here. And just thicken it up a little bit. Just that bit there. That little line across there. Dee. Just so we can tell the difference to where land is as to where the sea is. Thin that right down there. Yeah, well. There, you can just tell where your land is now. Or where my land is, where your land is if you've done it. Yep, that's looking good. You can go in with your dabber and dab some bits of that if you want. Got a bit of faintiness in there. You can have a bit drifting into there as well if you want in your. You haven't got to copy mine exact, it's up to you, just do it how you want. Right. Is that water choppy enough? I think it is. I'll stick my rocks in and see what it looks like. Just bringing that up a bit because I'm going to be doing some scraping. Right, so let's say a look. So we've got some, get some darker colour for these rocks. Well, that's some bluey colour. Mix in a bluey colour. And I like that down there. Like that. The rock maker. Oops. Go quick with this because it dries quick. Once it dries, you can't see your rocks no more. So that's that. Then what we've got some yellow, haven't we? So we'll stick some yellow, sorry, some green. So there's some greens in there, like in there and that. So I'll stick some of them in. They'll blend in well with it. Same again. Be quick. Scrape. Scrape, scrape. Some more greens in. Look. There. Yeah, let's have some. What else colours we got in there? Some of this greyish colour, haven't we? Let's, some greyish darks in there. They look nice, don't they? There. Looks more like it. Scratch some of them out. There we are. And then I think what I'll do come in with some of these and just put some extra bits in where these darks are. So we've got some dark bits in there, so we've got some dark bits in there, and then just what else we got? A bit more in there. Let's have a look. What's that look like? Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what, I think I might put in a few little cracks and things like that. Just a few little bits. Just, you know what, I'll go 2 like that, because you can get carried away with these things. So I'll just do 2, and then with this I'll put a couple in with that and all. Look, little cracks in my rocks, look. You can just see them in there and all, like that. There. There. Right, let's get some. Let's just step back and have a look at that. Ooh, that's quite nice, I think. And there's a bit. If I can get a few dabs of that creamy colour in there somewhere. There's a nice creamy colour in that sky. Yeah, let's get a few dabs of that creamy colour in there and all like that, look, just to mimic what's happening in that sky there. That's better. Right, a couple of bods in. I'll just go there. Peter, Paul flying about looking for a few worms. I'll just leave it at them too. Where shall we put it? Down here. Let's put it there. B and a D. B. Try not to go too low, because if you take it to the shop to get framed, you're going to chop a bit off all the way around. So try not to go too low with your thing. Right. Let me just sit back and have a look at that. See what that looks like. Yeah. Looks alright to me. Oh, I tell you what. Let's pop in a couple of little boats. Or maybe it's even just one little boat. Tell you what I'll do. I'll get some gouache, whatever you call it. I'll call it gouache. Some gouache. Pop in. So I go about there. A big boat about there. Oh, I need my reading glasses on. It's disappearing on me. It's there, I think. This gouache, it disappears quick into your mix. You get a bigger brush. That's it. Bigger brush. There. Then I'm going to go into some bright red. I saw this the other day on a photograph, a bright red boat in a picture, and it looked wicked, so I thought, oh, I'm going to have to do that. There we are. A little bit more into my bright red. Some more. That's standing out enough. No, nowhere near. Gone a bit darker with my bright red this time, see if that works better. That's looking better. There. Oh, just a bright red boat there. And then I think that's sticking a little bit base on there. There. Could stick. Tell you what, let's do that. Couple of little bases there. Wash my brush. Put a couple of little white boats in there and all in background. Couple of just little tiny ones. Do them in white. One there. One there. That's it. Either bit of, not much of not really any reflections in this water. I tell you what, put a tiny hint of one in there and a tiny hint of one just down there like that. Let's get some red on my brush again. Tiny hint. Just a tiny hint of a bit of a reflection there. This water's that choppy, there's not much there. There we are. Well done, mate. See you on the beach. In it.